late, you guys. For those of you joining, oh my God, Kayla, that's my sister, y'all.
Hi, sister.
Hey, Kayla, how are you?
Hi,
doing?
Sissy. So for those of you joining, you guys get to pick the topics of things that we're talking about. Let us know things that you want us to talk about. Again, for those of you that don't know, Chloe Cassidy. And Chloe, what do you do? What do you do nothing. So Chloe, I love you, Sissy. Chloe's very helpful. So that's great. For those of you that have been sharing me lots of love from this morning for CNN, thank you very much.
So awesome.
It's still surreal. I'm like, I can't believe I'm like, oh my gosh. And so stay tuned. There's a lot more filming happening all week long. Thank you. So for those of you who know me well, you know I've been stressed. Here's evidence.
I've been stressed.
And in case they want to use any portion of this for later things, this is Kool-Aid. And actually, Brian, you can drink that because that's
I'll hold you Kool-Aid.
it's really strong Kool-Aid. It's strong.
I love a strong Kool-Aid.
Okay, so Chloe said she's tired because she's gigged. Chloe, what is?
Oh my God,
Okay.
I'm sorry. My toes move a lot.
My good toes move a lot.
Did I move it too much? Can we
My
touch it or
toes move a lot. Oh, did you too?
Just have it on there. Just,
That I love that.
and we'll channel it
You gotta
over.
get Brian on that.
But I know.
I mean,
Well,
it's
look,
just there's so many angles. That
Well, the problem is Chloe does not want to sit up.
Because I can't sit straight.
Because her back, honey, she threw her back out doing all them numbers yesterday.
God.
On the people.
Gigs.
The hardest working.
The hardest working girl in
She's
Raleigh.
the hardest working drag queen in Raleigh.
It's not
Oh my
self-proclaimed, honey. Somebody else started that. We're way off up here, though. Like, I got a lot of room over here to meander.
Yeah, but
No one's perfect. It's
okay. Christopher Domingo, love you, Candice. Thanks for everything you are doing. Thank you so much, Christopher. Thanks for your support. I am but a pawn, but thank you again for your support. Really, I appreciate it. So, and I encourage people to get involved.
Definitely.
Well, let's talk about who's going to win the national championship game tomorrow between the Carolina Tar Heels and Villanova. I mean, Candace, I know you're a sports fiend. Candace,
not fiend. I'm like you can.
I'm trying to get this backwards, anyways. Candace, I know that you're like obsessed with sports and you just can't get enough of college basketball. So, what's your thoughts, Candace?
On college basketball, or who's going to win?
On who's going to win? It's obviously going to be Carolina, right?
Oh, it is. I have no clue. Y'all don't know anything about sports. I can't read the comments.
No, I don't know anything about sports.
Brian or Adam?
What?
I thought you were going to put it so I could actually see the things on my thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can't read. I'm tucked up in here so that we can share.
This is so difficult, guys. How do you do this?
Oh, Candace, you look so cute curled up like that.
I look real. Passable. Okay, first, let me address something right now. Right now.
Fuck that word.
Hey, no F-bombs.
I'm sorry.
So, one, I'm not a fan of the word, and two, I know that was
What's the word?
Passable.
Passable. That's what we need to go through. We need to do a vocabulary test. Some people are now.
Stupid.
If we're going to start doing things on people right now.
Let's do a vocabulary test. So, Candace, passable. What does that mean to you in your 12-year experience? Plus, I guess 12 plus because this is what you wanted since you were young.
Adam, could you not? Could you just, thank you.
Trying to get it.
It's okay. Okay, TT, hi. We love you, cuz all the way from Florida. One of my cousins.
Florida!
Yeah, in St. Pete. So, big ups for St. Pete.
That's who you went down and visited a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Yeah. Do you have to scroll, Adam?
I don't think so.
It should update itself, but we'll see.
I had the complaint of Flash unavailable.
So it's not doing it. That's why. It's not updating, because the Kayla, I love you, is old.
What you can do, Adam, is you can have which computer is running this feed.
That one.
You can make that one airplay to that, and you'll see.
Actually, I have a much better solution. Adam, will you pull your phone out?
Yeah.
And click on me, and then hand me your phone, and we can just look
click
at
on
read it on your phone like it.
Yeah.
Click on me.
I'm like, I can't do it because I am me. So.
I'm hungry.
Mentioned by as a resident, thinks it's very important. Okay, someone on Twitter. So here's my phone. People are tweeting me questions. Okay, JoJo Smith says, no unpassable. You are all girl. Oh, thank you very much. Love you. Thank you so much. Brian. So Brian had said, what are my words on my thoughts on passable? I think that passable is a little offensive because passable implies that there's a level of legitimacy. Because to say someone's passable means that someone else is not passable. And it's passing as a gender. I mean, you wouldn't say Brian is passable. You would just say Brian's a man. But Brian doesn't look like my husband. They look like two very different people, but they both are men, so I hate passable. I detest it. It's an awful word.
So passable is a boot.
It's a boot.
Not a toot. Okay.
It's
What do you think when you hear... Oh, they have a message
Jesus Christ.
from Verizon.
It's okay.
Came to all of them at once. So what do you think when you hear the word training, what does that make you feel?
Training. Oh, I hate that word.
Is it the tone? Is the word okay
Yeah.
from some people, or is it the tone?
I usually tell people, for me, training sounds the same way when I hear people say Jew. So
Is the
this
context...
sounds.
Does the context have a lot to do with that?
Yes.
So can I hear an example of a time that you heard the word training and you thought, oh, okay, well, that was okay to say it that way? Not that you're giving people permission to say the word, but like a time in your life where someone said that and you're like, oh, you just went along
I'm
with
pro
it.
training.
Okay. And a time
Although
where...
I wouldn't say it that way. That's not right.
Well, yeah, of course, you wouldn't. Never heard you say
I really
that
just
phrase.
don't like the word training.
I almost kind of laughed when you said it.
I don't like the word training, but we have bigger fish to fry, so I just don't really...
Right. That's the least of... Not the least of
Yeah.
your worries, but that's a word.
I'm like, I don't like the word training. I don't like the word colored, but I don't really have a thought on when it's appropriate. I'm just like, it doesn't like how it sounds. So, I don't like how asparagus sounds. I love asparagus, but I don't like how it sounds.
Do you like the way it makes your pee smell?
I don't smell my urine.
No.
No,
Why
because
not?
I'm usually running out of the
that's
men's
not
restroom.
healthy.
I'm like running out of the men's restroom, so I don't have time to sniff it.
Well, she doesn't even put the seat back up when she gets... Okay, and it's
Put
not...
the seat down.
I
I have
know.
to use your bathroom now. Put the seat up and wipe and aim.
Candace, I know it's been a very long time since you've had to use a male's restroom in
2003.
public, but...
Y'all have to lean in. I do not.
But
I
how do you-
have been on camera enough.
How do you feel about raising the seat when you're done?
Well, like
Raising
me?
the
Do I
Well,
raise
I mean,
the
in the
seat?
male's restroom, you're supposed to raise the seat after you're done, right?
Yeah,
or lower the seat. What are you supposed to do? I sit down to pee, so I don't know.
Me too.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's just so
I
much
hate
easier.
to have pee.
I'm not trying to aim that thing.
Okay.
And I love my
So-
penis, but I mean, I'm not trying to aim it.
Tammy. Hi, Tammy. So please, you guys, questions. Go ahead and post them in the live feed. For me, Brian, Chloe, topics, things that you want to talk about. Hot. Clearly, at this
Can
point,
you read that? There's a couple
don't
comments on my
get
phone.
to-
Will you read them? See if there's anything good.
yeah. And you can also follow on Brian
Good to
French.
see you again. Miss you. What do you think about how RuPaul uses the word tranny in her song "Tranny Chaser"?
Okay, all right. Okay, so we're gonna reread the question. So the question is, what do I think about RuPaul and his use of the word tranny in his song "Tranny Chasers"? I think that when we're talking about terms of entertainment and entertainment value, they tend to have a little bit more liberty. I'm not saying I condone it, but entertainment tends to be exempt from some social things. So we have to allow it. We allow rap songs to use the N-word. I don't like that, but it's less political. It's not necessarily social hatred. So, I love RuPaul. I love what RuPaul's doing for our community. Everything about it. What else is there?
Solomon put a partial question. Said there is a trending post on Facebook by Infinity, so let me ask you all ...
The trending post.
Solomon, finish your thing. There's a trending post. While we do that, looks like my sister has said something. I am so incredibly proud of you. I'm sorry I did not get a chance to see you on CNN, but that's kind of what happens when. Well, you posted it so everyone saw it. When you're poor and only have Netflix, LOL. However, I've been following on Facebook and
Me too.
see more. Oh, and I do know how brilliant and articulate you are, and overall fabulous in every single way. I love you so much. Keep on killing it in DC. Aw, thank you. Sissy, I came straight home that same day. So I'm home in Raleigh now. Right now. So, but yeah. Thank you, Sissy. You're amazing. But I'm loving these, you guys. So please post questions. We love answering your questions. While we wait for your next question to come in, Chloe, what does gigged mean?
When you're gigged, what does that mean?
Because Chloe, you guys, so Chloe, aka Josh, right here, and be looking for some more involvement of him with me, with stuff, because just gonna say, I'm not gonna out people or spill people's tea, but do you use the men's room right now?
I do.
Okay, well,
I peak too.
if she peeks. What does gigged mean?
Gigged
Because you're
means-
tired because you're gigged, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is that like being high?
No.
That's gas.
For
That's
the most
geeked.
for the
Geeked.
most part, I'm not high.
High
Gigged
on
means gigged means just like, busy, like constant things going on, just life.
So I'm gigged right
It's
now.
like
You're gigged right now.
Working
Yeah.
gigs.
Working
We're doing the
gigs.
gigs. Yeah.
Did you just Urban Dictionary that?
No. I've known the definition of that.
I know that. Oh,
But just so you know, a t-shirt's coming very soon.
Yes, I
I
cannot
know.
wait.
I'm gonna order one of every size because my
I
weight's
cannot
fluctuating so
wait,
much
you
right now.
guys. And please follow Chloe Cassidy on his Facebook page and on YouTube. Really a rising star.
And his Twitter is Jador. How do you say that? I've
Jador.
always wanted to
Jador.
ask you, where did that come from? The first word in your.
Parisian.
Oh. It's very. Have a lot in common.
No, but
Let me kick you into my lap.
please follow me, guys.
Tammy said, did you know in May that blood donation requirements are changing for the better? Yay! That's awesome.
Tammy, send us a few more details about that.
Yeah,
we
so
can
does
talk
that mean
about
that
it.
they're no longer going to ask whether or not you've had sex with a man?
I hope so.
Amanda Lepore? Or
I mean, I don't have sex with people, but
Is it wrong of me to say that I had lied, like, years ago? I used to donate blood and I would always lie on the form. Is that
No.
wrong?
I look like a freaking. I look like I have a sunburn.
Solomon finished his question.
Okay, alright.
We'll go over to Adam.
Infinity Bonet asked, I see a lot of people have been feeling trans men lately, but I wonder if the reason is because they actually look like men, or do the persons like the trans men for who they are as a,
Whoa.
sorry for blocking this, as a person.
Okay, alright. Read
I'm-
that
I'm
question
into
again.
this.
All
I'm
right.
into this.
A lot of people have been feeling trans men lately, but I wonder if the reason is because they actually look like men, or do the persons like the trans men for who they are as a person?
This is coming from King Solomon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solomon is involved with.
Infinity Bonet asked the question.
Yeah.
For Solomon or no?
Solomon's.
Solomon had tagged me in that earlier.
Okay, so
saying,
if you guys don't know Solomon, Solomon is involved with Entertainer of the Year, which is a great pageant, and the people here representing here in North Carolina are very, very involved. They have lots of.
I'll be hosting, and Brian will be judge. No, yeah,
I'm
something.
judging one of them.
We're
gonna be there together.
We're gonna be doing a lot of work with him. So thank you so much for your support. So for those of you again who didn't quite understand the question, I'm going to surmise here. But essentially, right now there's a lot of people who are showing sexual interest in transgender men. And the question is it because that transgender men look so much like men? Or is it that it's now becoming in to be attracted to
Like,
trans men?
Fetishize? Like
Feta
fetish?
cheese.
For me.
Feta cheese. Feta cheese.
No,
I love
cheese.
feta.
Okay, so for
Chloe?
me, I think that I am attracted to trans men because of the attraction there. They look very, very handsome, and I'm okay with the whole process of transitioning because, I mean, we all have our struggles and we all are human. It's just if the chemistry's there, then it's there. It doesn't matter what's going on. I feel like if you connect with someone, you can be intimate with them by any means necessary. You know, and I'm into it. I'm fine with it. I don't care. The end.
The end, period.
Yeah.
Brian?
I think that as long as somebody makes me laugh and they're funny and then I get along with them, I don't care if they were a boy that always knew that they were a girl and they were blessed with the opportunity to go on that journey, or if they were a girl that knew they were a boy and they were blessed with that opportunity. It doesn't matter to me. Really what it boils down to me is that A, they can make me laugh, and then they also laugh at my bad jokes. So that's the most important thing to me.
It's all about the human connection. That's all that matters.
But I will say, I have ran across, it seems like more so in the last year. I don't mean ran across. I mean, I've had the privilege of meeting. I've had the privilege of meeting some people that I was baffled because I feel like over the course of the last 10 years, the technology and the innovation that has been there from a medical standpoint to be able to give people the opportunity to like realize their dreams and realize like their actual inner souls, and I think that's what's so beautiful about the whole situation. Like that's why I'm so glad that I got to live in this decade as opposed to the decade before that or the decade before that. Because you hear your parents always say, you know, this generation is this or that, or maybe it's not as good as the one before us. But I think that this generation is going to allow people to be themselves and be actually happy. So in a way, I think this could be the happiest generation ever.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it.
Okay.
DJ Derek Victoria.
Wait, how do you feel about it? I was like, let's ask the training. That's an appropriate time to use that.
No. Oh my God, can that be our new segment, Ask the Training?
No, we cannot do that.
30-second quick take.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's up?
I hate it.
What do you mean?
I take issue with the fact that we are saying, like, how is it about, like, being attracted to trainees? And I used to have a lot of problems when, if I saw a guy and I was sexually attracted to him, I'm not into black guys.
Oh.
Or he is into black guys.
Yeah, I agree.
For trans people, I can speak for me and some trans people I know, though, it's the same thing. You're literally telling me that it's like, you know, how do you feel about people being sexually attracted to trans men?
Mm.
Why does that matter?
They call it a preference these days. Which I don't
I don't like the preference thing. I'm like, you're attracted to who you're attracted to.
Exactly.
Well, that shirt was way too warm. I have one thing to say to that before we move on.
Okay,
so,
we've got a bunch more questions.
And how must that make you feel, though, when someone says, oh, yeah, I'm only attracted to trainees? Well, okay, Candace, let's think about this. How many people in the Raleigh area are quote-unquote trannies, if that's the word we're going to use?
Transgender.
Transgender is the word we should be using, but I mean, I was just going off of what you were saying. You have a very small pool of that. So, like, how special do you feel to be chosen by someone who says, I'm only into transgender women or men? I mean, you know what I mean? You're fishing
Objectified.
Yeah, absolutely. You're being, I guess the word, I mean, you're being segregated. It all kind of goes back, and that's, yesterday in the car when we were talking about the parallels between those journeys, you can't compare this to slavery or segregation, and the fact that, you know, at least we're free to go work jobs and be paid for it, so we're not going through that sort of suppression. But there's a lot of parallels, and you were bringing that up in the car last night, and I thought that was a great point that you were making.
That's like a whole fucking series.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more on that one.
It's a series. It's so...
I had to change. That shirt had me so hot. These lights are like beaming, and I don't know how Candace isn't sweating that sweater, but it's
very sheer.
She's good like that. Not a sheer sucker.
Oh, come on, sheer.
I can't read the ones down here.
I can get the ones down here. You want me one down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tammy has responded to the thing we were asking about the blood. She was going to give us a little more information. So starting in May, wasn't that the date? May was when the date will change. She says, yes, but it is a wider spectrum. It will basically ask in 12 months, and the definition of sexual contact will change. So instead of being longer, you can't have, I guess, homosexual encounters for 12 months. And
so you guys can give blood. You don't have to lie like you guys do on social media that you're getting some all the time.
Well, pretty soon I'll qualify.
I was going to say, well, Brian currently qualifies. Brian could give blood. He could have been giving blood for 5 years.
Oh, God. All right, and then there's one more. It says, this is from JoJo Smith. It says, it's always been around, just not discussed, the sexual attraction. And I think that was speaking to what you guys were talking about.
Trans.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, it's always been around. I'm like, people are people. They've always existed. You're sexually attracted to whoever you're sexually attracted to. Okay, Shalita Bonet. Hey.
And then Brad Pettyjohn, just so we can acknowledge him, he says, "Hey girls." So everybody say hey to Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Brad works at Legends, and he's a great employee. He's looking for a full-time job as well, and he's working like 3 part-time jobs, trying to make everything work. So he's definitely on the hunt. If anybody has any job leads, let Brad know.
Yeah.
Shalita, yes, he's trying to get gigged. And he is gigged right now with part-time jobs. Hey. Shalita Bonet Hoyle says, so, question, faux pas. Is this a new nightclub in Raleigh or a new venue? All I see is promoting online. What's the deal with that?
It's an event takeover. That's the easiest way to put it. It is an event takeover. It is not a new physical location. It is not any of those things. It is a already established location, and Brian has created an event that can come in
Right.
and throw a party. So if like
A
in
pop-up
Miami,
party.
where like people will like go to like restaurants and have like a rave party so it's an event.
And Babylon did not have anything happening there on Saturdays, and it's such a beautiful space. And it just, all the stars sort of aligned, and people's schedules became available. And we were able to make all this happen. So they had nothing
People's
going.
schedules freed up.
Yeah, we they didn't have anything going on Saturdays, and I suddenly did not have anything going on Saturdays. And
Why?
Because sometimes things happen in life for a reason, and I could not be
For a
happier
reason.
that they did have
For a reason.
You went with the governor?
The governor fired me. The governor. Actually, the governor.
No.
So I hope that answers your question, Shalita, and I hope when you're in town you can
We'll
come
have
in.
you.
And if you are, please contact Chloe or Candace or myself, and we'd love to
Yeah.
have you there to have a good time with
And
us.
Shalita, we really want you.
We do.
Please come. We
Because
want
you-
you to do something.
All right, let's hit up here real quick.
Okay.
So DJ Derek
We
Vittoria
want you to
says, Candace, when did you start discovering drag, and did it change you after you transitioned?
When did I start discovering drag? I discovered drag when
Yesterday.
I was
Hello.
last night. I saw Chloe Cassidy perform.
That
I
dragged me to lunch.
discovered. Again, to the question, I like that. When did I discover drag, and did it change me after I transitioned? Correct? Did I
Correct.
read that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I discovered drag when I was 17. When I was graduating, that's when I saw my very first drag show. And I mean, it was entertaining. I like drag. Who doesn't like drag? Drag was entertaining. And I was young and a teenager. Did drag affect... So again, did drag change me after I transitioned?
Yeah.
I can answer this for you.
No.
Would you say that your
feelings towards drag change?
Did my feelings towards drag change after my transition? No, not at all. Drag is an art form. And I think that we lose sight of that. We get caught up with the gay men, the stereotyping of it, and the putting it inside of a gay bar, and we lose sight of the fact.
That's why we're changing the scene here in Raleigh.
It's an art form. I appreciate performers for being live artists, much in the way that they're singers, dancers, drag. I love it. I like being a part of it. I don't really perform, but I host. That's what I get to do. I have the best job in the world. I get to travel around and hang out backstage with people that everyone loves and idolizes, and I do too. And I maybe have a little bit more insight into it than the average girl does, because I've tried to do it, but yeah, I guess, I mean, my views on it haven't really changed. I've always seen it as an art form, and a beautiful art form, and a way to express yourself and turn yourself into a different person. It can be very, very emotional performing. It can be very cathartic, so I love drag. Who doesn't
And
love drag?
I have a question to kind of build off of that, and this also applies to Chloe as well. So, you knew that you were a woman. You told me, what was it, 7 or 6? You told your mom for the first time?
6, I was diagnosed.
6, you were diagnosed with. But even before that, some of your first memories was of you thinking,
4 years old was when I told my
I'm
mom.
not a boy, I'm a woman. So when you got to the age where you were in a position, which we won't talk about the exact age you went to your first bar or club, we'll keep that very
16.
quiet.
I was 16.
Twirl, girl.
I lived in the rural areas where the doorman, the ID was the ID requirement was, are you like
You want some?
so 16,
If it was
but
her,
continue.
That's hers. And then my question then was at the time when you did not that you didn't have the means, because I know that your parents both your moms were very, very successful, and then they've been incredible to you.
And
But at the time when you hadn't quite got to the, well, I'm talking about when you were a kid growing up, going to camp and working those things,
Yes.
and you had a beautiful childhood. We talked about it.
I'm privileged.
But in the realm of that, when it wasn't time yet for you to make the transformation, and it wasn't time for you to become what you are, did drag act as sort of a self-medication to help you express yourself in more of a feminine manner, and then receive accolades, not accolades, but the positive attention that we all strive for in our lives from the public?
Drag was amazing because it served as a conduit for me to explore my femininity, but in a safe way.
It was like a Band-Aid, I would assume, right?
Oh no. No,
Xanax.
no, it was
It
training.
was the Xanax.
No, it really was. It was a way for me to learn about my femininity. But there are some parts of Candace today that I learned from where I first started learning about drag. Drag queens, could teach women some things, a certain level
I mean,
of confidence.
look what Miss Thames did with the makeup classes and stuff.
Right.
I mean, traveling around and
My ability to do makeup and hair and understand. Well, I can't do hair and my
Your
makeup
aesthetic.
sucks, but understanding the importance of my aesthetic and how it plays in people's perception. A lot of that was instilled in me from my family, but I learned how to harness that power from drag. So, yeah, it was a safe haven for me to experiment in my teenage years of being a girl.
Perfect.
And if we're gonna alternate actually because there's down here.
Just one quick question.
Let's finish
Oh,
this.
sorry.
Carlton wants to know if you have a pizza pan. Message him if you do.
Tell Carlton we do have a pizza pan and the oven is open if he'd like to come over with a pizza pan. Thank you, Carlton. I'm
And a
professional.
pizza.
Could
We
you make
need
and a
multiple.
salad and
I want a breadstick.
Okay.
Carlton was so sweet. Last night he drove the entire faux pas team. Well, I guess, unfortunately, we had to take a second vehicle because we had too many people add in. And
We had a
I
photographer
can't add, so.
and it was
Basically the whole, the majority of the core of the faux pas team,
Everyone but
minus a
Chloe.
couple, and
Last-
Joey,
last
because they were
summer.
working on it. They were putting in their notice.
I have a feeling though that they're gonna be free the next time we go.
Yeah, I have a feeling that, well, we have to go to faux pas. We don't get together anymore.
Oh,
Poor thing.
we
But anyways, we had a really good time. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Carlton,
Drew.
for driving us. And thank you, Drew. We had a blast last night at chemistry. So.
Adam, what's that?
There's nothing new up top.
I see you've missed a lot.
Yeah, I can't get to that one.
I'll get these.
Adam, FYI, you could lean more and you're not even close to seeing the shots.
Okay, well,
Like
Sorry, my feet are
the
so
shot,
loud.
Okay,
Adam,
we
so
have-
you know, the camera doesn't pick up till right here.
JoJo Smith
you just see my
says.
shadow.
JoJo Smith, Candace, I believe you maybe speaking to you or Chloe because I'm not familiar with the name. It says, you know me from the Kings, the Mama and the Leather. Are you familiar with the JoJo Smith? Probably. It's hard to keep
Yes.
names and faces. And then Travis Terry says, you guys are so awesome for doing this. It will help closeted or scared individuals feel more comfortable with coming out and being who they are. Kudos to Brian, which this is not me, this is Candace and Chloe. I'm just here as their friend and adding my opinion from a gay man's point of view.
You get it?
For taking this to, there's more information below that, next level. Looking forward to seeing what the future holds for all of you. Maybe they meant kudos to Brian for being on the stage with you too, because he was like, what the fuck is he doing sitting up there? That's probably what he meant. But yeah, anyways, Travis, these guys, not these girls, I should say, deserve all of the credit because they're the ones that swirl on stage. And
I don't twirl.
well, you spun in a circle once.
I was.
You spin on
It was
CNN.
unintentional.
You
I
spin on
spun on
CNN.
CNN.
Alright,
I don't- I did.
are there more on that one?
I think that's it. Oh, Michael Maxwell's here.
Oh,
He sent
Michael,
us one of
I
those.
love you.
Hey,
We've got another
And
question.
Maria's entered the building down low.
All right, so
Yes!
Mark D. Schmidt asks, what I am discovering people don't know the difference between drag queens and transgenders,
Yes.
that they are lumping them as one sum and making judgment calls on transgenders as if they are drag queens. Now I see why people are so damn confused.
Really confused.
I mean, a drag queen, it's part of my French here, but
The drag queen is an art.
takes
It's an
their dick,
artist.
it takes their dick back.
Well,
I
no,
don't use tape, by
no,
the
because
way.
you're saying that a drag queen is a man, and a drag queen is an artist.
So a woman, a naturally born woman, could also perform as a drag queen.
Yeah.
I'm a woman, and
I was going to get to that as
yeah.
next thing.
I'm like, again, drag classically is a male-dominated industry, but we have plenty of industries that men have been doing it since the dawn of its,
The same as
inception.
you could dress as club kid tonight. We could go out and we could all be club kids.
I could.
Yeah, I mean,
I won't.
I know, but I'm saying like it's another form of art.
I'm thinking about cutting my hair, you guys. So just let me know what you think. Sorry, sidebar.
We're gonna shave it right down the middle.
No, I'm gonna shave yours right now.
You be doing it with all of it.
So yeah, no, I do agree, Mark, though, that people tend to lump drag queens and transgender together, and that's just, it's ignorance, and it's okay that people don't know. They've not learned yet, but they just need to learn. I will say this, the only time I get offended by it is when LGBT people do it.
Mm-hmm.
When they don't understand that there can be a difference between the two. You can be transgender and be a woman, who then can also be a performer and an entertainer.
Yeah.
That does not mean like, come on, queen. Conversely, though, for drag queens, I'll speak up for them, that there are some drag queens that they're men. They like being men. They embrace their masculine side. And they don't like the fact that, you know, once people find out that you do drag, there goes your love life. You know, so.
Chloe, you can speak to that.
I can't. But it might be.
What is that like, Hannah?
Because there's no point.
It's
There's
very
really no point in you
frustrating.
addressing that. You're gonna have bigger fish to fry.
It's very frustrating.
Flounder.
Because, it's just like being an actor or being on Broadway or whatever. It's just my character that I do, and I get out of it really quickly. If you know me, I'm getting out of it quickly. But yeah, it's just frustrating, and I'm okay with it. Like, you know, if you don't appreciate it, then whatever.
There's
And
a
if you
lot
do, then
coming in on both screens.
it's all good. But yeah,
Most of those are joins.
Okay.
There's only one.
Something
new
else
one
that's
there.
interesting that what you were saying that it kind of made me realize, like Candace and Chloe as well. If you were going to go to see a basketball game, would you watch a basketball game if you didn't know a single rule, you didn't know anything about it? Would you pay money to go buy a ticket and sit in the audience, and you have not done any of the back history? You don't have a favorite team. You don't know. You couldn't tell me what traveling meant. You don't know what a 3-point shot is. Would you go see Rihanna or Beyonce or Taylor Swift
that's
if you
a
didn't
little
know
broad.
anything about them? My point is, there's so many people that just are drunk at a bar late at night that are watching a drag show, and
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
even understand what's happening.
What's
they may
happening,
not even know some of the people that are performing. They're
It's
just
like
there.
internet clowns, really.
Yeah, and,
But
and they demand, they want the best, but they don't know. They don't put any time back into it.
Chick would bring it on. I mean, you know, it's like, she was like, oh my god, cheerleading at football games. And she was like, that's just our practice. Drag shows, that's just practice for the pageants and stuff,
Hello,
and for
right.
the television
It is
shows.
very
And,
true.
And it's to pay the bills for some.
but I mean,
people.
I can tell you that, you know, as a performer, there's two different performance styles I give. There's the performance you give to the people that it's like, you just want me to, whatever is on the Billboard Top 20, press play, and I just need to move very quickly, and, you know, people tend to go up. And I've been doing this a while, so it's true. Then there are the pageants or the drag lunches that it's you have to sit there and just watch a lot of drag for hours and hours. Those are the lovers of the art.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the ones where you can really kind of show them like the wild
you are
side
as a
of your
or perform a
artist
song that
personality.
speaks to your heart, a song that
Yeah.
you would cry to, a
That's
song
when you
that
have
means
time
something to
to
you.
Yeah.
And
They're
Bars
both
is
fun
the
in
place.
just very different ways, you know. Performing the top 20 stuff, it's like, you know, going to a party and
Right.
everyone's watching you dance
Cool.
instead of everyone's dancing. And, oh, I just made a bunch of money.
Adam, do you have anything?
Yeah, so Blake Wiggs says, Candace, oh my god, heart.
I,
And Blake, if you didn't get the message earlier, please forward the email that you were supposed to send.
Adam on the soft read.
Not a read.
No, I'm kidding.
Just, and Anelika O. Mark Harris said, hello, you guys. Or, hello, saw you guys were live. I just wanted to say hello and send my support from Boston.
oh, thank you so
Aw.
much, Boston. We love
I
you
love
so much.
Boston.
I
love
actually have
Boston.
never been to Boston.
Really?
We were
You
talking about
really?
this a couple
I'm
weeks
just
ago.
Hey, for
I was like, all the cities
Boston,
we've been to,
Boston,
never
the
been
Boston
to
person watching, DM me. I just found out what that meant. DM me and I'll give you my home address and you can send me some legal seafood. I love Boston.
Or you can like get us there.
No, I don't want to go. No, I like Boston, but only in the summertime. I can't do Boston. in the
We're
winter.
almost there. We're almost there.
We're not there enough yet. It's kind of chilly out here today in North Carolina.
All right.
Carolina.
Mark Schmidt follows up. He says, the reason I mention this is because of the bill that was passed. I just had a debate with an old school friend, and his belief was if your plumbing is male, then use the male bathroom. I showed him Jamie Monroe photo, and his next statement was that is a different situation. He was assuming drag queens using women's bathroom.
Yeah, and I think that's his own fault. He needs to educate himself before he tries to have an argument. Because I certainly would not argue with someone unless I was educated on the subject.
Yeah, I'll just say this to all of you, and I encourage you to do this. The only argument I will have with someone is someone who has researched their point of view and someone who is versed in their opponent's point of view already. Otherwise, it's not an argument because I can't educate you on, like, I can't teach you and disagree with you at the same time. I just can't do it. So when people make comments that show me that they don't even have any comprehension of stuff, I go, Google it. You know. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. I like healthy, educated conversations. I really enjoy them. I'm an intellect. So yeah.
All right. Candy Lion says, "Hey boo."
Hey Candy, how are you? She came to the Christmas party. I guess was that 3 years ago when we were here for that? Went to high school with her. So she's definitely an ally.
Kitty.
And
Joey, hi, y'all. Joey, hi.
Thank you so much.
You guys, Joey rocks my world. Joey makes
So
sure
amazing.
that Drag Me to Lunch actually happens backstage.
We're all here.
That we're all like there, and we're gonna be. And then like if it's if we got a little too messy, and the audience might not need to see what someone being. He's like, girl, I got it. Joey, we love you so much. Joey High's amazing. So we've got time for look at the time. So we've got time for about 4 more questions. So
3 for me.
Jenna Nicole Monroe says, "Hey guys."
hi. So we got time for 4 more questions. So 4 more questions, and then Curtis is making fabulous spaghetti for us tonight for dinner. And I'm really.
It would be spicy for her.
It'd be spicy for me. I used to like
She's a soft
spicy
palate.
food. I don't know what happened. And you guys, Brian's not being rude. He's opening up box wine. You drink wine from a box.
Tip it.
Hang on, I got it.
Tip it.
Why can't you just put a straw on top? And so, speaking of box wine, I do just want to say, Kathy Griffin, your mom, you like to talk about box wine.
Tip
it!
it!
This is Brian handles a lot of my publicity and booking stuff, as well as Adam Daniels. Please hit them up or go to CandisCox.com. I'd be happy to come and work for you. Yeah, the website. Yeah, the website. CandisCox.com.
I'm just pouring some wine.
Talk to my website.
I'm not using the bathroom in the wrong bathroom, guys. I swear. Please don't come around.
So again, 4 more questions, guys. Looks Adam, if you,
Yeah.
you need to be paying attention.
Sorry, I'm trying to do more. Tammy says, "Thanks to Candice for always answering my
Wait,
questions."
I'm not hearing anything. Hold on.
Tammy Moore Varney says, "Thanks to Candice for always answering my questions, because now when I try to educate uninformed people, I am confident in what I say. Thank you for helping me."
You're so welcome, Tammy.
And she educated me a lot as well, too. And it's
Ask questions.
learning experience for me.
James Lord says, "Chloe, Brian, I still have to come to a Drag Me to Brunch."
Yes.
Well, you're not getting a free ticket.
Great Myrtle Festival has a great drag brunch, so I encourage you to go and support that. If you're interested in ours,
You can sit at our table. We have
a
table
drag
over
lunch, which we encourage you to do on Saturdays.
Let's see if we got where they're going.
Alright, let's see.
We're not on camera,
there. A lot of them really good.
But that voice is still there.
Don't care.
James said, "And lunch."
But hey, I'll be there on April 17th.
Yeah, I'll be there in the audience supporting my
So,
sis.
if you want to come,
If Candice is in town, she may be out of town. We're not sure yet. Oh, if she is in town, Candice will be there as well.
I don't even know where I am right now.
No, you know where you are. Smell the couch.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
These are so good. How have I never had these? I don't even like chocolate. These are good.
I don't know.
Mike Hamilton says, "Hello, beautiful people. Love y'all."
Love you too.
Hey.
Again, few more questions. So, I'm Brian French.
Who's Shane Cassidy? Are we related?
No.
Oh.
You wish.
I wish. Should I wish? Is it
I
not?
probably shouldn't have
Actually,
worn my
wait,
Stonewall
wait,
shirt for
wait,
this, but I guess they're endorsed now.
I mean, I'm into it. Yeah, that too.
Somebody says, "Great conversation, 25 comments and counting."
Uh,
I think that's Facebook.
yeah.
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, Candice.
So sweet.
FYI. Oh, Amanda. Y'all, so for those of y'all on this Facebook feed, post some questions while Amanda's watching and she'll call BS or not. Amanda was my next door neighbor growing up as a kid. So, we used to hang out and stuff. So.
Adam, will you read the comment?
But I can't read what Amanda said.
FYI, my mom thinks you are an American hero and references you when she debates with people. Congrats on being her favorite daughter.
Well, one of us had to be Amanda.
Candice, what is it about parents that they meet? They always want to adopt you.
Parents love me because all of my friends are really messed up. So.
You need to go to orphanages and like teach kids like your adoption swagger because like they would just be flying off the shelves in there.
No,
Like,
I'm
There's no shelves in there.
Amanda,
They-
tell your
like,
parents
you
I
get
love
like you
them.
are.
I love them and I miss
Can't
them.
keep these over time.
I'm sorry, Amanda, AJ. But tell them I love them and I miss them, and tell your mom that like means more to me than like anything. Like that's huge. I respect your parents a lot. So the fact that your mom thinks I'm credible.
Ava has joined the room.
Ava, oh my God, my baby. That's my child. Ava, you know you're actually my child. That's why you look so much like me. Just saying.
The Heather's up top, I think.
Yeah. What in the heck are you eating?
Oh, you gotta
Oh,
show 'em.
okay.
Oh, actually, don't show them the label until they pay.
Okay, so well, no, it's okay. I don't mind. I'm just gonna cover up the brand. Can you guys see? It's called Brownie Brittle.
I don't even like chocolate, and it's so good.
This is the salted caramel. You can have some. It's called salted caramel. It's amazing.
Chloe, since you are the hardest working diva in Raleigh, honey, we will definitely give you Did you guys know that Chloe Cassidy is the hardest working diva in Raleigh? And Candis Cox is the hardest working lady? And I just sleep a lot.
And get connection.
All right, so looks like we got one more question because we're about to be heading out.
No.
Oh my god.
Ava says hello.
Hi, Ava.
We love you, Ava.
This is so good.
Please tell Dylan in London we
Mm,
said
good
hello. Please tell your dad hello as well.
It's like crack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. It can't really be chocolate. There's something else in there.
Crack.
Morsels. It's the morsels. I told you earlier when I told you Cookie Monster, I said I want your morsels.
And the guy says, oh, okay. So, really quickly, things that I'm excited about. So, until you guys see us Facebook Live, we'll be having 2 posts per week. So, the next one will be in a few days. But things I'm really excited about was I found out that they're making a Mean Girls 2.
Oh my god.
And they're casting Candace.
And I'm playing Lindsay Lohan's character. So, better go develop a drug habit.
Well, I hope it works out right for you
I'm a
afterwards.
big fan of
Oh
you.
my god.
Before we
So
go,
good.
thank you guys so much for those of you that have been commenting on all your support from the press conference or any of the things. Thank you guys so very much. It's been overwhelming and it's been emotionally a lot to go through, which I can't have done without my amazing family, my husband. I say part of my French because I'm plugging it. Part of my French, but my friends, the people who matter a lot in my life. Their support has been everything to me. Thank you guys so much for the CNN thing. Stay tuned. News and Observer, WRAL.
And honestly, really just
there's a lot coming this week, so
Candace
keep
has her
following me.
personal page that a lot of you guys are friends on, and that's what she's broadcasting on. She also has a public figure page that she's created because she's going to have to because you can only have 5,000 friends on Facebook. So please check that. You can also check CandisCox.com. And other than that, I'll make sure that I'm retweeting and reposting everything that Candace is doing to the Part of My French family. For those of you that are out there, we'll have it on the website. And everything that she has going on, I want to make sure that we can get the word out for her. Because she's under a lot of stress. There's a lot of people asking a lot of things of her. And, she only has so much time that's available right now. And we're just
Please
so proud
reach
of
out
her.
to Brian if you want to, reach out to Brian if you're like, hey, Candace, could you?
This is
Because
so dope.
Brian is so good at, keeping me in, because I say
And then
yes.
my sister over here, Chloe, just went part-time, honey, because
Because I'm gig.
I'm unemployed, Chloe's part-time, and Candace is on TV. So Candace is hanging out with her loser friends today.
And Lindsay's not watching at the moment, but she texted you, said, just saw the CNN feature you did. Go the F off, Candace. Yes, ma'am. Go, girl.
Is that Lindsay Starr?
Lindsay, I love
Tell
you.
by the end of
We
that.
love you, Lindsay.
We love you,
So
Lindsay.
much.
I love you. And also, please stay tuned to CNN. My really quick black plug. You guys, please support the LGBT Center of Raleigh. Support Equality
Please do.
NC. The Human Rights Campaign is amazing. We as a community have to make sure that everybody knows the Human Rights Campaign. They're amazing. Chad, I love you. Chris, I love you. James, I love you. Thank you guys so much for all the help that you've been giving me and the publicity. And CNN, thank you so very much.
Yeah, thanks.
TLC,
Nick and his crew were amazing.
Oxygen, Bravo. I am Jazz. I am Kate. I am Candace,
Fox.
and I am available. So thanks, guys, so much. We love
I'm gonna
you.
get the top, I'll get the bottom. All right,
We
bye,
love
guys.
jazz.
Ciao.
We love jazz.